I made a very, very good impression when Shannon landed in New York.
Oh my God. So, by the way, we haven't had a date yet. So, I came back from Toronto from doing the movie, and we were talking on the phone almost every day. Well, he was sleeping with Diana. Sam. That should have been clear. No. When I landed at the airport, he picked me up and we had another limousine. But what he did was he went and got the food first.
Chinese food.
Oh, the car stunk like cat shit. And I don't like Chinese food, and it was horrible. I'm like, what you got back there? Is something dead? And then we went to his apartment, and I didn't come out of there for 3 months.
What do you mean apartment? The entire 6th floor
Okay, penthouse.
overlooking Central Park.
Right. That one. The one that's share decorated. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like there's more there.
Where do you get so? This is still not working.
That's what I used to say.
What do your parents think of it?
Oh, my mother. Well, I
Bad
brought home some winners. She was not impressed.
This is not on the
Well,
wall.
my boyfriend before that was Hugh Hefner, so she felt a little better. But he was a little closer to my age. So we're 8 years apart instead of like 3. But I dated Hefner when he was only 53, so that's young enough.
And I was
When you
50.
think about it, no, he was 50.
Oh. Hey, mixed guy, would you please come up on stage so you can hear what we're hearing? Because you've got delay on there. I just hear. You hear? There's nothing.
Doesn't mean you can't.
It's the second guitar. There's always a second guitar.
Can I have the first one?
Yeah.
Is this one going to call you this problem?
Well, while they're trying to figure that out, Shannon, would you ever reconsider doing the reality show again?
Hell no. That was way invasive. That was a lot. And plus, we had huge fights. Well, everything came to light. Let's just say all the buried bodies came up during that show, and it worked out fine. But we did everything back. We didn't date, but dated, and then had kids before marriage, and got married after the kids were grown. It's also backwards. I think if we'd been married at the very beginning, we'd probably be divorced by now.
Yeah.
I think so.
But I married her twice. And
Solid Valerie, no.
very soon, okay, God is no.
Now he can't get married enough. Remember what he used to tell you guys? Marriage is an institution. And now he wants to get married every year.
Until I die. I'm going to keep, what's your name again? I'm going to keep marrying Shannon anytime she'll have me, forever.
You're getting deep right now.
Want to take a question from here before you start weeping?
No.
Okay.
You know, he cries a lot, too.
Okay.
He cries a lot.
I tried to help you.
No, he never used to cry until after we had our first child. Now he cries at everything.
IG. Did anybody else see the big interview with Gina and Dan Rather? Yeah. It was one of the best interviews I've ever seen in my life. And
With Dan Rather?
yes.
Oh, you mean the one where he said
It's a
he's
big
all the
interview.
girls in the world?
Well,
That was such a great interview.
the way he got emotional about America and his life, his mother. That was beautiful.
He'll do it right now. He will, he'll cry.
And
As soon as he sees a
I just want to
word
say,
letter or anything.
that was good one. She's doing good.
My mother
Yes.
tortures everybody she meets to this day. It's too bright, it's too windy, it's too far away, it's too close. There are maitre d's in restaurants that have hung themselves. First they stop off at a hardware store and get their name, a little plaque so they'll know who's hanging there. Oh, Mrs. Simmons, where would you like to
She
sit?
used to come over to our house and then I'd make dinner for all of us. She'll come in from the guest house and say, I already ate. What do you mean you ate? Because I was hungry. I had an egg salad sandwich in my purse. That beats home cooking every time.
Cottage cheese.
So when she heard we were going to get married, she called Gene and said, are you sure? He's like, oh, it's been 28 years. And she said, what if she puts me out? Like, first of all, why would I put her out on the street? And how could I? It's her own house. But anyway, she has this, fear, I guess.
Well, she grew up in
She loves her little
a tumultuous time and all that, which doesn't.
And I was a non-Jew.
Actually, you're a Jewess, if you're but which doesn't explain my mother. We took her. We filmed it for the show. We took her to a place in New York called Tao, T-A-O, kind of a fancy place. You can have 500, 600 people there, and they stuck us in the middle so the cameras would get it all. And my mother's there, and with big hoopla, the chef comes out, with a big hat, and his cheflettes were following him out and everything. And they come over and he cups his hands, he goes, Mrs. Simmons, he doesn't know her last name, because I made up things. Mrs. Simmons, I'm a big fan of it. If it wasn't here, I wouldn't cook, which of course makes sense. So you stick your tongue out, I know what I'm going to be a chef. That's how he's going, if it wasn't for your son, it wouldn't be, we'll make anything you like. What would you like? And of course my mother said, scrambled with mash. You want scrambled eggs and mashed potatoes? And she said, because it's easy for her to chew. He goes, I don't know if we can make that. I'll pick some, okay, meatloaf and mash. Make meatloaf. But I'll tell you what, for you, can you wait 15 minutes? Meatloaf and mashed potatoes, we'll do it just for you. He goes, okay. Is that good enough? Yeah, that's good. So they start walking out, and the cheflettes and the chef are talking. They're hand gestures, they walk off. And I'm looking around stuff, and within 5 minutes, my mother reaches into her purse and takes out saran wrap. And she's got her Wonder Bread with egg salad sandwich. Mom, what are you doing? I'm hungry.
Let's take a question back here.
Well, first of all, it's great to see both of you. Thanks for being here, and
I told you.
really looking forward to everything that's coming down the pipe, Gene. Somebody mentioned already the Gene Simmons family jewels, and let's can we put something to rest here? I'm just very curious about how this thing really goes on. A lot of situations you found yourself in were kind of out there.
Oh, so here's what happens in real life. The beginning of each year, put together a list of things we'd like to do. Like, I wanted to skydive, I wanted to learn how to ride a motorcycle. Everybody had their list.
Nothing Jewish do, by the way.
Because you need permits wherever you go, so when you see a restaurant scene, if there's a black bar, or for people's spaces, they had to sign a release, or we replace them with somebody. That's on every reality show. Just everybody needs a permit wherever you shoot. So you have to kind of plan ahead. So that's why we tell them what we want to do at the beginning of the season. And once we get in the situation, what we say is another story. That's what we say. So they have no choice about that. But
so Gene wanted to
you have to plan that.
go parasailing in the Turks and Caicos.
Gene would sew the clothes off my back right now.
You wanted to go parasailing.
Only joy in the whole show was making him do things uncomfortable doing. And I think parasailing might have been my idea.
And the stratosphere.
Definitely mine. Mine and Rock and Roller Coaster.
I had never heard of parasailing. And I thought when we went,
He thought it was Paris.
I thought it was Paris. Champagne, you guys have champagne, champagne, thing. They talk about the news and all this stuff. Paris sailing. So they said, put this stuff on. And I went, what is it? No, it's like a safety device. And I'm thinking, it's for the boat. And then the boat takes off and I shoot up into the sky.
It was fun to watch.
And that's the one where we made fun of you for the whole time saying, Paris, Paris, Paris.
I want to know, when you went to Israel,
I'm sorry?
was that, when you went to Israel to see your father's grave,
Can somebody
Yes,
repeat?
I
really,
can.
really, truly emotional?
Yes, there was.
He said, were you really that emotional when you went to Israel,
That
your
was
father's
a
grave?
beautiful thing.
We tricked him into going. That was my idea. I
Yeah.
told him that they were going to give him an award for something. He can't
That was
go
awesome.
back. Anyway, it was nice to see the
They-
family.
They literally, my my father ran out on me. Usually I'd say my father ran out on us. It's unfortunately nothing unique. Many fathers run out on their family. It's shameful about men in general. It continues to be horrific. Moms will never be victims. And so I literally, I supported my father until he passed away. He had plenty to eat, place to stay.
And we tried to get Gene to go to Israel many times before his father died, and he just couldn't reconcile with him in his mind doing that, although he took care of him the whole time. So we tried our best to get him there before his father died, but at least we got him to the gravesite.
But I didn't go to the funeral when he passed. I was aware of it, and I was sad, but I wasn't overcome by it because I hadn't seen or known my father since I was 6.5 years old. So he was father in name only. I didn't have that emotional connection.
And he was kind of a player too. Surprise.
When my father passed, they found him with a 35-year-old Russian woman.
He had many girlfriends.
Yeah.
I don't think that actually, the truth is, I don't think that father left the family. I think that he just cheated so much, the mother took him to America. That's how it really went. But in their minds, he, did a bad thing, and that's all how you look at it, I think.
I'll tell you a quick story. We were in New York. I was on business or something, and with the van, Parker Meridian Hotel, having lunch with her, and the waitress comes over. Not an unattractive young lady comes over and starts to say, "Oh, you're Gene Simmons. Yeah. Listen, I know your father." And I thought she was just trying to ingratiate herself and all that. No, I do, yeah. I do this as a side gig. I get enough money, then I travel the world, and I was in Israel. And that sounded true. He goes, "Yes, and I was in Tel Aviv. And every day, there was a corner, there was pastries and cake." Sounds like my father and I still worship that stuff. Pastry, and this old man would come in with one leg, because my father he was diabetic, and they had to cut off his leg. This old man would come in and sit in his corner, have his espresso and all that stuff, and every day he would ask me if he'd make an old man happy and come and sit on his leg.
Sounds familiar. No, you never said that.
I still say that to you.
That was in my leg.
Good job.
Any questions this side of the room? Anyone got a question? Anyone else have a question? Young man, come up.
Hi, Eric. Yay.
By the way, you should know that we do some work with the Shriners. Please take my hand.
This question's for Gene. You changed your name, and I was just wondering how you came up with Gene Simmons.
Does Chaim Witz didn't sound good?
That's pretty much it. Dress British, think British. When you're just pragmatically speaking, I know everybody's proud of what they are. So if you want to keep your family name and nobody can spell it or pronounce it, all you Eastern European, go right ahead. You have the right to do that. The rest of us,
great show business.
no, the rest of us are going to say, "How do you spell that?" And for the rest of your life, you'll have to do that. And I wanted a shortcut. I didn't want me to be a hurdle to get into the next step. So I've written books about this. Dress like your boss. Make it easy to access you. Don't put hurdles in front of you and money. Money. And so don't put in your hurdles. And part of that is what you look like, your language skills, people skills, and your name.
No, the other thing you want to know about Gene
Gene
and money
Simmons?
is that he's super, super cheap with himself. Not with the family or anything. He never buys jewelry or clothes. Worn the same shoes for 20 years. I swear to God, he doesn't spend a dime. And my son is the cheapest of cheap. I don't worry about it, probably from him. But people park 6 blocks away and walk his date instead of paying for the valet.
It's true.
He's a nut job.
My daughter brought me this lunch.
Nice, that's me.
Shannon bought me this. And, I walk into the closet, and miraculously I have pants and
I have
stuff.
to go get new clothes, just put them in there. And I can't show them the tag or he won't wear them.
I can't imagine what clothes cost.
Yeah.
But
I asked him once, I said, "How much do you think a blouse is?" He said $23.
That's the gas to get there.
What year is that?
That was last year. He really doesn't know like how much anything costs. When you think about it, he's been rich since he's 20.
So what do you do with all your money? I know you're very
Very big stock company.
profitable, I should say, or whatever.
They say you can't take it with you, but I intend to hollow out my carcass. The best thing to do is to work hard until they, drag you kicking and screaming 6 feet under. Before
And a
that,
kiss casket.
Kiss caskets are available right now. Just go to Kiss Casket. The marketplace is very good. People are buying every day. I didn't say that anymore. But, the idea is to give it all away. To your family, philanthropy, make the world a better place than when you came into it. If all of us did that, the world would get to be better.
We were just at your show up there, the surf ballroom up there in Clear Lake, Iowa. And I watched
Where?
the surf ballroom up there in Clear Lake,
Oh,
Iowa.
you mean Gene Simmons' band?
Yes, yes. And I know what a huge supporter you are of the military. I'm retired military, so.
Hey, you know where this comes from? As a student of history and a former 6th grade teacher. When the Knights started in England, when the Knights would go towards each other, they would lower the visor so they wouldn't get kicked. If you showed respect to the other one, you would raise the visor, where your eyes, which means you're not going to attack. It's a form of respect, and that's where this came from. Now you know.
So my question to you, Gene, is when did or how long have you been in such a huge supporter of the military? I mean, I obviously saw that because I saw a softer side of you at the concert. I'd never seen you before because you said, excuse my French, fuck, I said I wasn't going to do this.
Okay.
But it was extremely, and I saw it back in that state fair you did in 2016. Again, you guys gave away a house to a soldier that had moved in and out. I believe it was
Mortgage free, everything free.
Yeah, so it was fantastic. So,
are you trying to make Gene cry right now?
no.
That's gonna work.
It's not going to take much. I'll tell you the quick story that he heard on Dan Rather. I don't know if I can get to it. So talk about my mother and America and the military and our kids. So my mother is a concentration camp survivor of Nazi Germany, World War II. She was 14. And all our family were wiped out, like millions and millions of folks. And my mother came to to Israel just 4 years after the Holocaust.
Where she met your dad.
That's where she met my dad. And I was born literally 6 months to a year after Israel was declared independent, right in 1949. Maybe it was 1849. And so within 6 or 7 years, my mother's 2 brothers had escaped to America, and she wanted to come to America for a better life. That's what every group of folks from any part of the planet want. They all come to America, and that's been sung about and everything. And so we had to I came with my mother to the American consulate in Haifa, where I was born, and she's in the back of the line, and I see some guy up on a pedestal with colorful, colors on a flag. I never saw the American flag, and the Israeli flag is very simple. It's just white with a blue Star of David. And motions from my mother, I'll always remember that. Motions from my mother and I to come to the front of the line. She was very attractive. I mean, she was Ava Gardner kind of stuff. You don't know who I'm talking. And she comes to the front of the line, and they're trying to find the language they can. He says, "Can you speak English?" My mother answers in Hebrew. Anilo Mevin and all that. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak Hungarian." And they move around to try to find a common language to communicate with. Kannst du sprechen Deutsch? And she says, "Ja, ich kann sprechen ein bisschen Deutsch." If you were in the concentration camp, you had to learn some German, whatever chance you've got of survival and so on. So they're communicating in German. And it's only been a few years since my mother's gone from the concentration camps. And after all the questions, the guy says, "Okay, you've been accepted to America. Just raise your hand and swear allegiance. This is where it gets hard. And only years later I understood my mother, because she didn't know any better, raised her hand like this, because that's what she saw. And that, give me a second. And that American guy, I remember, and I didn't know what was going on, I was a kid, came up to my mother, and I remember he put both hands here, and he lowered my mother's hands, and he said, "You're never going to have to do that ever again." And I didn't understand most of it until I came to America. And to this day, and I remember when we first watched TV together, I was 8 years old or so, 9 years old. When I was a kid, TV would go off the air about 11:30 at night. And before it went to dark, you'd hear all this stuff. They'd do the national anthem, and you'd see this jet fly, and the voice, very resonant, saying, as the jet went up to the sky, it said, "and touched the face of God." You can still YouTube it, it's very moving. And then they played the national anthem, and the flag would just go like this. In those days, black and white against the TV screen. And night after night, because we watched until late at night, because I was fascinated by television, I would look up at my mother. My mother would be crying, and I thought she was sad. And it took me many years to understand that she was happy. She finally came to a country that didn't want to kill you, but it was peace, and you could think your own thoughts and do your own thing. So when my mother hears anybody's in the military, she just, somebody for watching the parade, the Macy's Day Parade, and I'm talking to her, and we see the military go by, Mama's got Maybe all of you should just take a moment when the flag goes up and shut your fucking pie hole. Just give
Florence's story of how she survived in the camps was very similar. I don't know if you saw the movie Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
So she became the hairdresser and whatnot to the commandant's wife. And so that's why we named Sophie. Just that movie and her background.
So Gene, let's do a music question for a second. Tell everyone about
Such a dammer, Gene.
Let's talk about Shannon, you're
Where you going? Where you going?
Talk music,
No, just
say
then I gotta leave
I've
her.
always left the room.
No,
whenever the music plays, she's like, I'm out.
Yeah. Okay.
So Christine 16, which obviously you talked about, the Van Halen brothers is on the box set. Talk about the relationship with you and Paul and how you guys write songs together and how Christine 16 came to be.
Paul is the best partner you'd ever want to have. Younger, better looking, six-pack, blah, blah, blah. And he has we're two different sides of the same coin. Share the same work ethic, family, and all that. No bad behavior and all that. And so he'd make fun of the way I wrote. Oh, you ever write like monster songs like, like God of Thunder. He goes, what? I like that. So he went off and wrote God of Thunder. And I started making fun. All you have to do is write chick songs. It's me, like Christine 16, read a whip, got that, and fucking man up, do that. What? Christine 16. So I went and wrote it. Of course, this is not on. I'm going to find out.
It's on.
Not here. I'm going to find out.
Can we get the monitor on?
Wow.
It's on out here.
You don't do this for a living. I mean that as a compliment.
Oh, you did not say that.
Now it is. And so on. We wrote the song. And Paul and I have completely different writing styles. Really. I mean, it all kind of fits in with, you take salt and pepper, and then you make cake, right? Who knew that there was salt in it? The salt. So you need salt to make something sweeter. And so when you heard riffs, that's me. That's me. Of course, wrong key. That's me. So, you know, out on the streets for a living. Pictures up, I did. That's me. But we didn't take songwriting credit, just like whoever came up with it. So, when Paul would come in with a song, I've got a song called Take Me, that's pretty, goes like that. What's it called? Take Me. It's called Take Me? Why do you want to call it Take Me? Why don't you say Take You? I'm going to take you. Take Me? That's fucking...
I can't say that anymore.
Take me. No, man up to okay. No, he goes, no, I want to do that. I'm vulnerable. Okay, what's my part? Take me! Really? Make me! Really? Break me! All right, here, how about this part? Take me! No, here's your part. Take me! Break me! And then he comes in with another song. How's it go? It's, I was made for loving you, baby, and you were made for loving me. Yeah, that's good. I'm the guy that decides you're just here because at my pleasure. What's my part? Can I do it? Gonna hit you over the head, drag you in my cave. No. Gee, your parts. I just finished throwing up blood and killing farm animals on stage. To this day, we're playing stadiums that Okay, next song. That's my part.
Excellent. One of the things about the fall.
Take me! Fucking kill me!
One of the things about the vault is we get to see kind of an evolution in song. There's a lot of songs in there that start as one thing and go to another, including a song called Bad Bad Lovin' that evolved into one of the greatest Kiss songs ever. Tell us the story how that came to be.
So I had these chords. And I like the chorus. And first I'm talking, you need my love, baby, oh so, see, you need my love. Not, I need your love, baby, this fucking win. You need my love, baby, oh so, you're not the only one I've ever had. Man up. And, but then the chorus sort of went like, don't you give me bad, bad loving, loving I cannot do without. So it's called Bad Lovin'. I go, man, so the demo's on there. And so then I saw the Three Stooges. I may have talked about this before in interviews, but it's a true story. I saw the Three Stooges and Mo, Larry, and Curly Fine were running around in a hospital.
Mo Howard.
Yeah. Well, they were
Larry Fine.
That's Americanized. It's more. They were kind names. And so they're running around like crazy doctors from one room to another, all dressed in white, and you'd hear, calling Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard, calling Dr. Howard. And I immediately heard, they call me Dr. Love, because I've got the cure you're thinking of. See, they're not Paul Stanley lyrics, they're Manly lyrics. They call me. There's a riff too that I put in. In those days, Ace and I did that lick, and Paul limped out again. Look at me. I'm not making it up. If you see a Kiss show, don't make it up. All right, everybody. Everyone's trying to play them up. And sometimes this, you ever see this one? What the fuck he does here? Paul, play. Okay. And most recent thing in the last 10 years is we start with dues. All that. And Get up and get your grandma. Paul's right in front of me with the Cleopatra taking photos with the photographer. Paul. Get up and come out to a Kiss show. He's going to do it again. Don't I love him? There's nobody better on stage. Best front man in history. Since it's a video, he'll hear me say front man. Okay. Again, I wouldn't be here without you. Plural, singular and plural. It means the world to me. We're here because we want to be here, and we really want to meet you one-on-one to let you know how much you mean to me. And I thank you for making our life possible. Now get out.
Nope, but before we do that, Chet, the Shriners are here. They'd like to do a very special presentation to you and to Shannon.
Wow.
So come on up, guys.
That come?
Come up, guys.
Are you gonna give me a dog?
Clown car.
Oh my gosh, I've had 10 at a time. I've had 6 at a time for a long time. I have 4 now. Yeah. I have 4 right
You're doing great. Proud of your
now. I didn't know you
powerful, attractive man, actually. My name is Phil Smith. I'm a Dr. Shriner. Shriners Hospitals here in Oak Park. We have 23 hospitals. I'm not going to get into this. All the gentlemen will kind of talk about it here. Who's our Grand Poobah, as we like to call it, in Fred Flintstone land, but a potentate. But it was interesting because I was deciding to sit out here with you guys a few weeks ago in Chicago, and I started reading Gene's book on power. And I got to the first chapter and I was blown away. The reason I was blown away is because his top 5 charities include the wounded warriors. They include the vets. They include AIDS. They include, I can't remember them all, there's a couple there too, but Shriners was one of them. I just sat there for a half hour and holy God, he's been taking care of the Shrine Hospital for all this time. What can we do for him?
God bless.
So I went down to St. Louis and I became an 8th grader and got choked up and talking like that. And finally asked them and I got pre-approval. I said, can we honor you as the Shriners in Chicago? And our potentate said, absolutely. And Gene also said, I'd love to do it. So that's why we're here today. Just quickly, a little bit about the Shriners Hospitals. 18 years old and under, the children, all the medical care is taken care of by us. By donations, by the work that we do. Been doing this since 1922, a little bit before my time. So it's an honor for me to do it because it's opened up doors. And there's a chapter in Gene's book that he talks about how you can become successful and being around successful people. I see that with my Shriner friends. I also see it by being around and doing this, it opens doors. No way would you have told me when I was in 8th grade that I'd be standing up here roasting and hosting both Gene Simmons and Shannon Tweeden Simmons. I'm honored. So we're going to do a couple of quick presentations. What we initially had planned